My name is Lexi. I do marketing, and today we're on day 2. We're just going to be doing some marketing shit talking. And I am actually a little late to my own live stream because I was watching Emily D. Baker on YouTube about the Hannah Gutierrez Reed trial. So, oops. But yeah, I'm gonna just hop right on into it. We're gonna be talking about marketing, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here. And also, for all those of you who are coming to my lives on my site, I have a loyalty program. You can sign up, you can get rewards, get discounts off, things like that. So yeah. Today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about just growth marketing in general. I'll make this little picture bigger. So, with growth marketing, it's all about scaling your business, but a lot of people, they think one thing is going to make them just grow up, and that is random, and that's just luck. You can't control that. So I just want to put that out there, But with growth marketing, for steady growth, a lot of times what you need for that is literally money. Hi Moitoy, how you doing? It's all about literally just having that ad budget, and that's the main thing that we consider when we talk about growth. There can be organic ways to do that. Hi Carol. But with organic strategies, the thing with that is that it takes time, it takes a lot of time, versus when you pay, what you pay for is not having to spend that time. And let's see. So, lead magnets, offering free things of value, are a great way to grow your marketing. I had gotten a message, my bad. But you know what? Let's change around here. And dealing with your brand in a good way is going to be key to growth, right? Because you're not going to grow much as a business. Hi, how you doing? If you're not fucking actually taking care of the people who are doing business with you. You know what I mean? So I think the first thing is just about having good service, Thank you so much for liking the live. I appreciate that. I just want to offer free marketing help because I know that there's times where I just needed that information. I was if someone could just help me for free, I can pay them when I get money, things like that. There was just always that time. And a lot of people, they don't know about they got an offer, they have something to sell, they don't know how to find a target market. You know what I mean? How to identify who is looking for your offer. And that is connected to what I was saying yesterday about basically doing your research to look for who is interested in buying from you. Because the whole main thing there is all about value alignment, right? And it's about finding someone who is interested in what you're doing. And so with target market, say you have, say you're selling clothes. Your target market is going to be someone who it fits. I'm good. I've just been working a lot. I have not been sleeping enough. How are you? Thank you so much for chilling here today. And if you have any questions about marketing, about deafness, about anything, I'm here. About like the music business. But yeah, you know, a lot of people, like, they'll be losing money on ads and they don't turn the ad off if it's not making money. And there's like a couple of weeks where you're running an ad that, you know, if you don't have a past purchase history of buyers and it's like a whole new ad, new funnel, new everything, there is like a 2 to 4 week like time where it can take to make money on your ads. But the whole thing with that is overall, if your ad is not making money, you need to stop running it. Because a lot of people, they'll be having a bad ad set up and they don't turn it off. And then they get mad when they spent all of their ad budget with no sales. So just don't do that, you know. And with knowing like how much, like for example, if I don't have that past history of sales and I don't know like what ads to turn off or not, because I don't know if it's working, because I don't know if I should wait more or if I should turn it off, how do you make those choices, right? Well, what I do is I look at the cost per click that I'm paying for. I look at what is my conversion rate, and I make decisions from that based on what I think is going to make me money. And if you're new to just marketing in general, the biggest thing is to just get started. And so there's a lot of ways you can get started. There's no right or wrong way to go. So you just start learning, you just start doing, you should start making content, making videos, making posts, making graphics, sharing, writing, blogs, reaching out to people. There's digital marketing, there's, traditional marketing. It's just like whatever works for you. And it's all about finding and making your marketing work for you and your business. With pay-per-click ads, I did want to just show you guys I'm not show you because I can't share my screen, but I want to tell you guys with landing pages and cost per click, when you're dealing on Facebook ads, for example, the biggest difference on what you pay for is if you're paying for cost per click, you're paying for any click on your ad. That can be to your Facebook page, that could be a like button, it could be any engagement. Okay, so if you only want to pay for views on your landing page, you need to make sure you're bidding for landing page views in Facebook ads. Okay, so that's the first thing with pay-per-click. With Google, with search, you can control not only your campaign bid and your overall ad bid. Hi Z, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Hi Vaughn, hi. I don't know how to say your name. Is that Tycho? Nice to see you. But yeah, with pay-per-click, with Google, do your keyword research, and that's going to tell you how much it costs. So you know before, so you're not spending more than you can afford on a new lead. And you can apply that to any ad platform, programmatic, everything. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you, Z. I hope you're having a good day. You let me know if you need any help with marketing or sales. Thank you for following me. Yesterday I had talked a little bit about permission marketing. Oh, you're deaf too. That's great. I love that. I love seeing more deaf people. Yesterday I was talking about getting permission to market to somebody. And that ties into inbound marketing strategies. And that was when, you go with attract, engage, and delight. That's the main thing. It's all about just value alignment. And I think like making some type of checklist is helpful too. Like, oh, your daughter's hard of hearing. You would like advice. And she is 7. I'm hard of hearing too. I was born deaf, hard of hearing. So if you're hard of hearing, you're deaf. You know what I mean? Because why are you hard of hearing? You have deafness. I have sensorineural deafness. I have no hearing in my left ear. My right ear, I don't hear everything. I miss like a third of the ABCs in my right ear. So the main thing is learning sign language. You need to starting ASAP, honestly, because spoken language is not accessible. If you're hard of hearing, if you're deaf and you've been diagnosed as such, spoken language is not accessible for you. So you cannot expect someone to know what you're saying if she can't hear all of it. What we have is hearing fatigue. She's going to get tired of trying to figure out what you're saying all the time because it's more work for us to communicate. We can communicate with spoken language if you're hard of hearing, but yes, we get hearing fatigue. Hearing aids feel like wearing, since I'm not talking to anyone right now, I'm not wearing my hearing aids, but they're right here. They feel like Q-tips in your ear holes. I always take them out when I'm eating. Like, it's really uncomfortable. You get, if you wear your hearing aids all the time growing up, your ears will grow out because of them. So that's another reason not to wear them all the time if you want to be lookist. But they feel like Q-tips in your ear holes. They hurt. They're uncomfortable. You get sensory overload because your brain is processing all of this information and you still don't hear because it doesn't change what you can or can't hear. All it does is make the sounds you can hear louder. And so you still don't hear the things you couldn't hear before, but the other things are louder. That's what hearing aids do. So it doesn't change what you can and can't hear. So sign language is most important. The most access I have is signing and speaking at the same time. And my family never learned sign for me. I don't really talk to my family for a lot of reasons, and a lot of that has to do with trauma dumping, SA stuff that I'm not going to get into now. But another facet is the hearing stuff. For example, my family, they would complain anytime I wanted to watch a movie with subtitles. I'm so glad you're learning sign language. That's most important, for real. That's going to set you apart. That's going to help you maintain a relationship and a connection. That's going to give her access. That's going to give her her deaf identity, deaf community, deaf culture. That's what you need. And I apologize. I don't know if this is correct for me to talk on because I'm white, but you should also realize, that's wrong. That's wrong wording. That's not you should realize. That's whitesplaining. Fuck. Racism is going to be a big issue with being deaf as well, because there's most deaf representation is white focused. There's black ASL for a reason, because white deaf people are racist too. You know what I mean? Like, so that's also going to be like a double facet. And black deaf people, they're less likely to get access than white deaf people. They're more likely to be dismissed. You're less likely to get interpretation, less likely to get aids, she's more likely to get in trouble in school for not paying attention just because she's deaf than a white person. Things like that, you know? So she's gonna have like all these extra issues, and I think from that reason, like having the black deaf community behind her is gonna be really important. So there's the National Black Deaf Advocacy Group. I'm in the New Orleans chapter, National Black Deaf Advocacy. That is where I would go for resources. So for ASL boarding school, I would look into that. So right now, I wish I was immersed in an ASL school. I never went. I wish I could have, but I do know that those are mostly white institutions, so I don't know. I would see if that is right for you. But I mean, I think a lot of schools are, so I would see if that is right. But if that feels right, they're trying to shut down and they're trying to limit the amount of people who can go to a deaf school. Yeah, I mean, her age, because the law is going backwards. But, you know, Justina Miles, Raven, I don't know her last name, but Blue Jay, Raven. There's a lot of, like, Coco Ioli, Courtney. There's a lot of black deaf people who I feel are really good role models for her. And so I think just having, like, cultural immersion with the deaf community, the New Orleans Black Deaf Advocates, I will go to them over National Association of the Deaf for any issues you have, because National Association of the Deaf, they claim to be the first, like, human rights organization, but they didn't let black people in until after the civil rights movement. So I would go for National Black Deaf Advocates. They formed because the National Association of the Deaf are racist, you know? So there's also, like, these social issues, of course, too. But you learning sign, that's the main thing. And if you ever need resources or help with learning sign, I'm not someone who should teach it, but I can help you get the resources for learning sign language. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a live just on how to learn sign language. But yeah, I'm sorry, I know I ramble a lot, but yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna get back. If you need any other resources, you let me know and I'm gonna tell you. But yeah. And back to my marketing checklist. I like to make one, and it just has to work for your business. Like, it doesn't even have to, like, it doesn't matter, like, what's on your marketing checklist in some ways, as long as it works for your business and it promotes you. So, like, for example, this marketing checklist, that is just something that I kind of took from Canva and then I made it my own. But they have, like, a pinned comment thing there. Well, I don't use, that's probably for, the pin is probably for Pinterest, but I don't do that. So I kept it on because I'm thinking, well, I can remember to pin comments for videos I make for, you know, promoting things, right? So, you know, there's stuff like that. No, thank you for staying. Thank you. I'm so glad that taught you a lot. That means so much to me. I think I'm getting comments, like, delayed. But yeah. So marketing flow, we've got, you know, from awareness to consideration to decision, awareness to consideration to decision. That's usually kind of considered like a buyer's journey in a way. But what it does is it helps you think of segmenting your ideas into parts. So that way you're not sending the wrong message to the wrong person at the wrong time. You know, because for example, if someone just bought a shirt from me, why would I spend money to market the same shirt to them again? The chances of them buying are really low. So there's things like that too, like, hi, how you doing today? Like, it's just all about thinking of who is the right person for what you want to do, you know? And when we talk about a marketing funnel, this is a good, like, a visual of it is kind of like an inverted pyramid, which that makes me think of, like, how I kind of think that capitalism itself is a pyramid scheme. But, you know, that's just my conspiracy theory, but that's fine. We're in the pyramid scheme together. But yeah, the marketing funnel, like, at the top of the funnel is where people find out about you. That's awareness, is top of funnel. Middle of funnel is like interest or consideration or desire. You're just trying to capture attention, and let people know more about what you do and see who wants to follow through. And then bottom funnel is when you get to action or decision making. That's when you're literally coming through with the call to actions like buy now. And then loyalty ties into re-engagement, remarketing, post-purchase, and keeping people involved for the long term. Because it's much easier to keep someone happy than it is to get a new person, right? So just like a few marketing steps for like getting to that point of brand loyalty is like building and optimizing a website. And not everybody needs a website because it is money, and so not everybody is in a place where it can be a good idea to spend that money. But how do you know you're there, right? Are you making more money than on a month than it would take to build a website, right? Like, so if you're selling like jewelry and your web hosting fees, let's say they're $50 a month, right? Then you need to be making like at least 100, if not 200, for your website to be worth it. So thinking of what you sell and what you're doing, and how much you can make, that will matter on whether or not you should build a website. But so once you have a website built, you can use SEO tools. You can use like heat maps. You can use a lot of things to figure out what's working, analytics, etc. Figure out where people are dropping off on your site in order to change things and keep them longer. And that's where A/B testing comes into play. And social media, man, a lot of people, like, they think, oh, if you build it, they will come. Not if they don't know about it, so you got to tell people what you're doing. You can't just do something and then expect them to know about it. They can't read your mind, so that's like the biggest. A lot of people, they'll make one post, or they just kind of stop posting, or they forget. So you got to keep going to get those conversion rates we were talking about yesterday. And yeah, a lot of people don't know the difference between like marketing and branding. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that, because branding, so there's like the difference between what we're doing now and what the concept does in a way. So like with marketing, we have to continuously long-term promote. Like if you stop promoting, there's no more marketing. That's it. That's stopped, right? But branding, that's like a one and done, but then it lasts forever. It sets the tone. So your brand is your long-term impression of yourself, right? From customers' perspectives, right? But so for example, it's short-term because for my branding, for example, I hired a graphic designer one time, and then those are my branding elements. That's it. I don't have to go keep making new branding elements unless I want to rebrand. Versus the promotion, the marketing, that's long term, because if I stop marketing, I'm not making sales. If I stop promoting, I'm not getting clicks. Things like that. So with marketing, you're creating value because you are getting people to convert and give you sales. So that's how you get value. Versus with branding, you're extracting the value. You know what I'm saying? Because you're showing people why, or giving them a visual representation of the idea of your value. So that's like the whole different thing. So marketing is strategic because you have to have an overall idea of your marketing strategy, and you have to be acting on it every day. versus branding is the reason, because that is the overall logic and flow of what you do and why. I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about SEO. This is just day 2 of me marketing, rambling about marketing, because I want to help people with sales, just help people who need that extra push, you know. And with SEO, fucking search engine optimization, that's when you're like literally making the choices that help you get found online. And a big thing that people don't do is, it's just data entry. You know, they want to do the visual arts, but they don't feel like doing the manual data entry on everything else with the site. But that's where they go wrong. So, with SEO, if you do like JSON LD, that is called rich, that should be, I did D, that should be an H. Rich data. So rich data, that helps connect a search query to your metadata. And the reason that's important is because like the internet doesn't always know what your metadata refers to. So the JSON connects the human input to the search result. So say you have like an apple. Are you talking about a computer, or are you talking about the fruit? Right? So that's what JSON LD does, is it tells you the difference and it connects that. So things like that. And then again, we're going back to the keyword research. Things like that. I would say my biggest, like, you know, social media tip would be to probably, that people don't look at their insights, and so they don't know, like, what posts are performing well, like, what could be better. And the reason that's important is because then you know to keep doing what people are acting on. So, graphics provide a visual representation of an idea for like your other content, so people have a visual understanding and know what you're referring to. But overall, video is king. Video is where you're gonna get the most views. Yeah. So I'm just putting that out there. So that's my social media tips. I say communicating, like, I go through times where I'm better and then worse at actually responding to people. Like, but if you can, you know, respond to all the comments on your videos and on your page and on your posts, that will be really good for you. You're connecting with and building relationships. Hi, Dee, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I'm just talking about marketing. Do you have any questions or anything? I'm also like, I'm deaf. I'm hard of hearing. I do music. I have my Bachelor of Science in Music Industry Studies, and I do promotion. So, I'm just talking a little bit today because I wanted to talk about, like, just things that helped me. Things that I wish I knew before, just because, like, as that small business owner, or as someone who is, you know, struggling under the confines of capitalism, everybody just needs that extra push, that extra help, you know. Like, I can't think of so many times in my life where I was like, if I had this information before, and I could have, you know, done things, like, what I wish I knew earlier, you know. And building an email list is definitely one of those things, because you're getting permission to reach out and communicate with people who want to hear from you, you know? And that is so much better than interrupting a stranger who doesn't care about you. So that's why I'm like trying to push for inbound approach. And there's times, hi, how you feeling? There's times where like a good marketing strategy will have like a cold approach, because for example, business to business, a cold approach can be good. But when it comes to business to consumer, then you're always gonna need to get permission, right? Because that's most important. But at the end of the day, sales are like the streetcar, okay? There's always another one coming. Like, it's not a big deal, you know, if you're struggling with making sales right now. Just, you know, calm down, look at what you're doing. So you always keep in Common Thread Collective. They have that profitability formula, and it is money equals your visitors times conversion rate times average order value. So at any of those stages, you can fix your ads, because say you're not getting visitors. Well, did you try promoting more? Are you promoting and not getting visitors? Change your content. You know, things like that. Okay, now that that's done, you're getting visitors. Say you're getting visitors, you know, conversion rates. Okay, well now we change our landing page. We change where we sent them. We fix that. Okay, all right. Now we are getting visitors. They're converting, but we still got a lower average order value, right? That's when we change our offer. We add more products. We communicate, right? So at every level, you look at your numbers, you can change what's not working and keep doing what is. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for coming today. So, and that's what it comes back again to yesterday. I was talking about the difference between like marketing in person versus online, you know, whether or not the analytics are tracked for you is like the biggest thing. And that being said, what not enough people do online is they're not setting up their analytics. So first things first is, if you got a website and you don't have Google Analytics set up, you gotta do that. But with traditional marketing, that requires you to be there. Like, if you yourself are not working, you're not selling. Versus digital marketing, you don't have to be there. Like, you do have to do the work, you have to do the inputs, but then you can go away and it will still keep marketing. You know, like when I'm done with this video, it's gonna go on YouTube. I did it once, but then people can go watch it on YouTube. I don't have to keep being here recording because this video is able to be viewed, you know? And there's a lot of types of digital marketing. And it's not just social media. Like, it's, everybody thinks, you know, social media, but that's not the only way. Like, you can do email marketing. We've got like just your videos you just do on YouTube. I mean, I know YouTube can kind of be a social media platform, but if you want to just kind of approach your own marketing in a way of like a video content creator and like more of like a video on demand type thing, then, you know, you can get away from the social media aspect and just do the video content, right? Things like that. Like, you can just do the SEO, just do the pay-per-click marketing, just do the website. You don't have to do social media if you don't want to, but I don't recommend not doing it because of the views and the possibilities for engagement. And so just like universal, and thank you for staying, dude. That means so much to me that you are here. So thank you. I want to thank you again for staying. But just like marketing tips that anyone can do. You know, like I was saying, print marketing. If you haven't considered about how to use that, like doing maybe like some street teamwork or things like that, what it does is gives people that physical reminder of you being here. Now, print can be good for top of funnel with like artist flyers, things like that, but I prefer for print to be a bottom funnel approach. I think you're going to have a much higher conversion rate. Like if you use print to send people who buy from you like postcards, that's going to have a higher conversion rate than using print to do a street team flyering for a show for people who don't know who you are, because it's about that connection. Because a postcard feels personal versus like a postcard feels personal, it's a connection, it feels like building a relationship, versus a flyer just feels like an ad. And people, they love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. I have a couple more sites I want to go over, and then I'm totally going to just open the floor for questions and then wrap this up. So, there are ways, you know, to improve your marketing strategies. But for me, the biggest thing is just communicating with and getting to know your customers. Because, you know, it doesn't matter what other people think about what you do. It matters what people who are buying from you think. So, one way you can show people the value you provide is to be sharing the results you are providing others. So, not enough people are doing like after marketing and documenting what they're doing when it's happening, and then after the fact they can say they did something but they don't have that proof. So I would say, like, you know, documenting what's happening when you're working. Like if you're an artist, you know, come up with a plan for making sure you're getting pics during your shows, things like that. You're making content. If you're a musician, for example, or if you're a physical artist, you know, one of my clients just did an amazing job. She had drawn a picture for a little girl, and they did an unboxing of the photo, and the girl was so happy to see herself as a superhero in the painting, you know, and so she reposted that, and that was a great ad because it was real. It was organic. It was just somebody's reaction. So things like that, like thinking of how you can do and get reviews, testimonies, and use that in your marketing to show what you're doing. I just burped. And the value you provide and things like that, that will always be good for you. And even getting bad reviews does not hurt, because what it does is literally just keeps people like those people away from you, and that can be a good thing too. And you can always control your reviews. Like I've had people leave me bad reviews because they just don't like me as a person, and I have one person be like, you don't like it because I'm leaving you bad reviews, and I'm just like, dude, you do realize this is my business, right? Like I can control whether or not the reviews are up. I can turn the reviews off. I can turn off my Google My Business profile. Like, what? I don't care about a bad review, because the bad reviews I have are from people who I've argued with about like human rights issues. It's not a reflection of my work, right? And so that will happen to you as a business owner, but it's not a big deal. It's really not, because at the end of the day, you have value alignment. Okie dokie. I want to thank you all so much for coming, and I just want to remind everybody that came, let's see. I want to remind everyone that came, I do have like a free loyalty program. You know, like if you sign up, if you're coming to these meetings anyway, you come into my live events anyway, get points. You can get free merch, you can get money off your order, things like that. So I do have that loyalty program. Also, it gives you access to Discord anytime you need to ask me something about marketing, because I'm not going to be doing these lives all the time. I'm just doing this to get some practice right now. So yeah, y'all need help, y'all let me know. I'm here for you. You know, we got all kinds of free marketing things. And so yeah. I'm about to go and watch the Emily D. Baker trial again. Well, the Emily D. Baker coverage of the Hannah Gutierrez retrial. Oh, hi, Moore. How you doing? I was gonna go in about 15 minutes, but before I go, do you want to talk? If you want to come up, you totally can. I am about to good, just chilling. If you want to come up, you totally can. I was just about to go watch a video. I was gonna go watch a video on YouTube, but I got about 10, 15 more minutes. If you want to talk, you can totally come up. Oh, about nothing. I was just talking about marketing, and I'm finishing now. I just know you and I have missed each other with like just videos and meeting and stuff. So before we had talked about like maybe doing a live together, but totally chill if you're not free now, because I'm not free for long anyway. Yeah, totally chill. I'm not free for long anyway. So yeah, but if you know, I was just seeing, because if you were free, I wasn't trying to ignore you. But yeah, no, thank you for coming. Okay, so I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna go watch this trial. I want to thank everybody for being here. Tomorrow, I believe my plan is tomorrow I'm going to be talking about just some deaf issues, and I'm going to show some resources for learning sign language. And then the next day, shit, what the fuck did I say I was going to do? Let's see. Yes. Okay, and then the next day, I am going to show you guys how I put together my online store. So yeah, so that's what we're doing the next few days in the live. And thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you guys, and I hope y'all have a great day.